The Buffalo Bills may be without both starting offensive tackles on Sunday when they play the Pittsburgh Steelers and their strong pass rush. Right tackle Spencer Brown left Sunday's game with a shoulder injury and did not practice Wednesday. Joining him on the injured list was left tackle Dion Dawkins, who has entered the concussion protocol. In order to exit the protocol in time for Sunday's game, Dawkins will need to be a limited participant on Thursday and a full participant on Friday to have a shot at playing Sunday. Players must participate in one full contact practice and pass a review with the independent neurologist to be cleared. If one tackle can't go, Ryan Vandemark has stepped in every time either has missed a snap. If both tackles can't go, Alec Anderson would likely be the next man up. Chase Lunt could be active for his first game of the season in that case. The Bills opened the 21-day practice window for Tylan Grable this week as well, but he has been on IR since the preseason with his own concussion. It's likely he has been healthy for a while, but the team wanted to stash him on IR for the season. He hasn't practiced since camp, so it feels like a big ask to put him in the lineup. 1 week after giving up the most sacks of Josh Allen in his entire career, the offensive line's job won't get easier against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have forced the second most turnovers in the NFL this season on the back of their pass rush. TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith are a dynamite tandem on the outside, and 4 players have 10-plus QB hits this season. Pittsburgh is 5th in the league in sacks, ahead of Houston. It's no secret that the Pittsburgh Steelers secondary has been a glaring flaw in 2025. Despite being brought in this past offseason to be part of the solution, cornerback Darius Slay has been a massive part of the problem. Slay hasn't met the expectations attached to the 1-year, $10 million contract the Steelers signed him to in March, to put it mildly. Frankly, his presence has done more harm than good, and that's when he's not coming in and out of the lineup with injuries. Turning 35 in January, Slay has shown his age. The Super Bowl 59 champion is physically struggling to withstand the NFL's pounding and has been a liability on the field when he can. It's time for Steelers general manager Omar Khan to admit defeat on this failed experiment. The shortcomings have gone on for long enough. Steelers GM Omar Khan must wave the white flag on Darius Slay's signing gone wrong. Through Week 12, Slay's 126.7 passer rating against is the 11th highest in the league among 118 corners, with at least 100 coverage snaps. Moreover, he's tied for the 18th most receiving yards allowed, 396, and 21st in yards per reception, 14.1, per Pro Football Focus $. In other words, targeting Slay has proven to be a fruitful strategy in his inaugural campaign with the Steelers. Sticking with him has given opponents a weak link to exploit. He's on the decline, which everyone besides Pittsburgh has ostensibly noticed from the jump this season. Pittsburgh is giving up the second most passing yards per game, 258.7, trailing only their AFC North rivals, the Cincinnati Bengals. While Slay isn't the sole issue on the back end, he's certainly exacerbated the situation, as illustrated by the Steelers' past 3 contests. Head coach Mike Tomlin has made some necessary adjustments to address the Steelers' defensive backfield woes, including scaling back Slay's role since Week 10. During this stretch, it has been in the middle of the pack in terms of passing yards allowed, and that hardly feels like a coincidence. 6th-year pro James Pierre has seen his snap count increase dramatically as Slay's playing time has gone down, which has paid dividends for Pittsburgh. The former has been a much-needed revelation while the latter's star continues to fade. Aaron Rodgers returned to Pittsburgh Steelers practice on Thursday and was a full participant for the first time since he suffered a broken wrist, a promising sign that Pittsburgh could welcome him back against the Buffalo Bills. Rodgers added he did not yet feel comfortable enough to take a snap from under center, and it was frustrating to be out on Sunday. His practices on Thursday and Friday will determine just how he feels, and then he will make a decision from there. Rodgers was seen sporting the brace, which is something he has been fitted for last week. He also attempted shotgun snaps to try and see where he was at with his comfortability. The key indications for him to have played would be all about safety and functionality. Rodgers wants to be able to protect himself, but he also needs to be sure that he can function in the basics of the quarterback position. Head coach Mike Tomlin said after the team's game against the Chicago Bears that he had great optimism, Rodgers would end up playing against the Bills, and it seems like he is on pace to do just that right now, but there is no certainty he will play until he gets clearance. Stefon Diggs leaves the Patriots and signs with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Unexpected move shakes up the AFC. In a surprising offseason twist, Stefon Diggs is leaving the New England Patriots and joining the Pittsburgh Steelers, according to sources close to the negotiations. The deal, still in the final stages of bureaucratic adjustments, promises to redefine Pittsburgh's offense and have an immediate impact on the balance of power in the AFC. Diggs' time with the Patriots was marked by highs and lows, with the wide receiver facing limitations and an offense still rebuilding. The decision to seek a new destination was being treated behind the scenes as a growing possibility, but the outcome in Pittsburgh caught many executives and analysts by surprise. For the Steelers, Diggs' arrival represents an aggressive bet on a proven number one target, precisely the type of player the franchise wanted to accelerate the development of its offense. With refined route-running skills, explosiveness after the catch, and experience in decisive games, Diggs arrives to become a central piece of the offensive system. In initial statements to the press, the wide receiver expressed enthusiasm for this new chapter. Pittsburgh has tradition, it has culture, and it has a hunger for victory. I'm excited to contribute and show everything I can do here, said Diggs. The fit with the Steelers' quarterback is seen as promising, especially with the presence of young players on offense and a system that historically favors aggressive and versatile receivers. Analysts point out that the veteran's arrival could open up space for other players on the roster, as well as offer security and explosiveness in critical moments. For the New England Patriots, Diggs' departure symbolizes a new phase in their rebuilding project. While his quality was never questioned, his fit in the offense didn't evolve as expected, and the franchise opted for a route more focused on young talent and future flexibility. With Diggs now in Pittsburgh, the Steelers position themselves as one of the most intriguing teams of the upcoming season with a revamped offense, a historically strong defense, and a new elite target to lead the passing game. The already competitive AFC gains a new ingredient to spice up the coming year.